Today we are on a new pond. I have never caught any fish out of this pond before, but we're hoping to change that. It's early this morning. By early, I mean it's about 8 o'clock. We're gonna try to get on a little topwater bite. We have a little shaded bank back over here. We're gonna try to fish. Hopefully catch some topwater fish. I have a whole assortment of lures on. So on my kayak, I can normally I only take 3 rods out of my kayak. Today I balled out and I have 6 on the boat with me. I have 2 chatterbaits, a big swim bait, a fluke, and a general. So between those 30 lures that I have, I feel like we should be able to figure something out. But right now I have this jaywalker tied on because who doesn't love a good topwater bite? Oopsie. We don't need a day full of that. First cast in the grass. Oh, there has to be, like, looking at this pond, this is just like perfect topwater. It sets up too good for there not to be topwater bites. All right, let's try that again. Like off this grass right here, I feel like we could catch one first cast. I need to go back further in there. That was a good cast. There we go. This pond is super cool because it has all different types of like habitat for the bass to be in. So there's some areas that are like this tall grass, and then back over here, this is like, not sure what you would call it. Just call it like a mat. Kind of like thinly dispersed lily pads. I know there's fish back in here. You cannot tell me there's not bass. They might not want topwater yet, but I'm sure everybody that comes to this pond probably throws the exact same thing. So these fish are probably tuned in, keyed in on topwater. They know what a walking bait is. All right, no bites on the jaywalker. I feel like we definitely should have had one. Going through all that grass how we did. I'm just bombing this thing out there and getting as long a cast as I possibly can. I don't think this boat would really spook off any fish. I have the trolling motor down super low, so I think we should be good on like distance and everything. We're gonna wait for this like little transition where the structure for the fish is gonna be a little bit different. We'll fish around some of these points, and if we don't catch nothing over here, then we're probably just gonna switch over to a general or something of that nature. And then if we don't catch anything, we have to leave here by about like 10 or so. So if we don't catch anything before 10, we're going to the middle and we're just gonna chunk a big swim bait around the whole time and hope for a big one. That's the cool thing about like ponds that you know big ones are in. Not everybody throws a big swim bait. So like, it's always 50-50, but I feel like that's a pretty good 50-50 shot. The days where they're just not biting. When you get that big swim bait bite, you're like, it makes up for the whole day. Because that big swim bait bite could be anywhere from a 2 to an 8. And I'm talking like I'm an expert on it. It happened one time to me last week, so. Should've got my frog rod out of the car, honestly. But that would've been the smart thing to do. I was like, I'll probably be good with the jaywalk all the way around, but I didn't know this grass was like as dispersed as it is, because that's like perfect frogging situation. Might honestly have to go back and get that frog rod. All right, we are going to the general, but we have to tie another one on because the one we have tied on is done for pretty much. I bet if they're on this, they're gonna be back on this other side of it, because this is like the sunny side. This is the sunny side, so the sun's back behind us. And we have our back to the sun right now, so the shade from this would be on the other side of it. So I promise if we catch one, it's gonna be on that back side. Still gotta try this side though, because you never know. That's just kind of like one of those, in theory, they should be on that backside instead of the side we're fishing. Especially fishing ponds. I feel like fishing ponds, they have patterns, but then sometimes it's just like their patterns aren't always the same. They have seasonal patterns, but it seems like those seasonal patterns change every year.
The following Thursday.
All right, guys, we are at, you know my obsession with Buc-ee's. Y'all already know I love Buc-ee's. We are in Texas. I had to do a little bit of recording in Texas because we got a boat. Texas owes me absolutely nothing. Me and my girlfriend Emma, we've been here for about 3 days. So I lost my phone in an Uber. Went to a Rangers game. Yeah, we had a really good time. We had a great time actually, but I lost my phone in an Uber, but I got it back. So we've kind of been like on the hunt for my phone a little bit while we've been here, while having the best time possible, going out, just hanging out, you know. I'm not sure where we are. We're probably like 45 minutes from Dallas at a Buc-ee's. We're not at the Buc-ee's in like Dallas Fort Worth. We're in, I guess, the next closest one. But we got the new boat. This is the twin Troller X10. I'm gonna tell you guys more about it when we get back to the house. I got this thing from Jeremy, aka Fishing the Lone Star. First time meeting him in person. We talked on the phone a few times. He's a super cool dude. The boat is in pretty good condition, I will say. So I'm super excited. There's gonna be a lot of videos filmed off of this thing. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the Pelican. I'm probably not gonna, I don't know. I love the Pelican, but I feel like I'm gonna love this thing more. So whenever we get back home to Alabama, we're in Texas right now, back home to Alabama, we're gonna do a full walk around and review of the twin Troller X10. It's a regular boat, but it's not regular. It's far from regular at the same time. So we're gonna get back in the truck, get to driving. We have like a 9-hour drive home. We came Thursday, now it's Monday, and we have to go back. Sadly, I'm gonna move to Texas in the next 4 years. Actually, me and Emma are going to move to Texas in the next 4 years, but yeah, just had to hop out, show y'all the boat, tell y'all that we have it. Didn't catch any fish this morning, so it is one of those things. It is what it is. So yeah, stay tuned. Well, YouTube, I have a fishing. I bet you didn't know I was this good at backing up a trailer. Look at this. Look at this. Yes, sir. All the way in a 2-car garage. I mean, I had plenty of room to back it in. Okay, so let me give you some context on this boat before I start explaining it to you. But let me give you some context. So my trailer pulling experience, none. I have 0 trailer pulling experience. I pulled this thing 9 hours all the way back from like Dallas, Fort Worth area, Texas. Managed to only have to back up once, which really isn't that hard. So I have to like back it up at a gas station. That wasn't that bad. Actually it kind of was. Emma, she was in my ear like, oh no, I don't think this is a good idea. But you know, being a dude, you just sometimes you gotta do dude stuff when you're a dude. Fast forward 3 days later, I've done a little bit of fishing, and now the boat is in my dad's garage. Backed in by me personally, and I'm super proud of it. So that's why we're here right now. We have a new boat. We have a new boat on the channel. I know I just got that Bass Raider, and you're probably like, what are you doing? Why do you need all these boats? I don't know why I need all these boats, but I like boats, and this one is nice. This one is actually very bougie. It's very fancy. So I've been in here kind of doing a little bit of work to it. I'm not really like working on it. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just kind of making it kind of more of how I want it. So here we are, boys. This is the twin Troller X10. 10-foot, same platform as the Bass Raider. When I got up to it at first, I was like, this thing looks smaller than a Bass Raider. I feel like more people have probably seen a Bass Raider, so I'll probably compare it to that more today than anything. You probably know what a Bass Raider looks like more than you know what one of these looks like. I have been on one of these boats before in the past. When I went to fish with Noah, Fletcher, and all them year before last actually, they have a whole bunch of these. So I've been on one of these babies in the past, and it is a super cool boat. And I'll show you how it works and everything. I'll just kind of walk you through it. You got your whole trailer thing right there. You know, all this is pretty understood right here. You have this little Lowrance hook unit right here. I honestly don't know too much about running fish finders and whatnot. I know how to find your depth and water temperature, really, that's about it. I don't know how to work like side scan, down scan. I'm not sure what all this one offers. I feel like it's probably just one or the other. I'm pretty sure it's just down scan. I'm pretty sure. I turned it on a little bit and like fumbled with it, but I didn't really get too far into it. You have 4 little T's right here on the boat, and then you have 2 more in the back. So have 4 of these if I want to tie it down to a dock. I have to buy a rope to run to the front of the boat, so like whenever I launch it, I can get out under this and pull the boat, tie it down, whatever I need to do with it. You have a much more comfortable floor, I will say, than what is in the Bass Raider. This is like night and day. It says it has a 3-person or 475-pound limit. I think 3 would be pushing it on this boat, but I think you could definitely fit 3 buddies. As long as all 3 of you know what you're doing, I think three like really good fishermen could probably all fish out of this boat. We might not ever invite a 3rd person. It might just be me and somebody else, but you know how it is. If you've seen these boats before on the internet, you probably know that there's like aluminum foot pedals right here. I'll tell you the story about where those are at and what happened to those in a second. So moving on back on the boat, we have cup holders, little side pockets. If you look in the side pocket, that kind of tells you what happened to the aluminum foot pedals right here. You have a little measuring tool, which that would be very helpful because I'm sure me and Greg will probably fish a tournament this year where you can only keep fish 14 inches and under. Yes, I said that right, 14 inches and under. So not having to buy a measuring board this year or use like a little crappy tape measure, which we always end up finding in one of our garages. So we have this little 14-inch board right here. We can log all of our catches on, blah, 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 whatnot. We can make sure all of our fish are of length. You have a drain plug right here. You can flip the boat on either side. There's one on the opposite side too, where you can just flip the boat over, get all the water out of it. You know, it's pretty standard. Got another cup holder, good cup holder, and then it has like a little drainage thing. That's my #1 pet peeve when they put cup holders on boats and they don't have drainages. Because how does the water get out? You know, if I want to put my McDonald's cup in there at 3 o'clock in the morning, the water's not going to drain out. So you have another compartment right here, and then you have drainage for, this is basically like a big rod gunnel. You can probably fit up to like a 7.6 up to like an 8-foot rod in here. 8 foot might be pushing it. You might kind of come out of the top here a little bit, but I mean, you can still fit it. Let's go to the other side. Let's look at the other side, and then I will tell you what we've been doing on the boat today and what all I want to do to the boat. So basically it is a mirror of this side over here. These cables right here go to your foot control, your foot pedals. It's all the same, and the boat is super clean too. I'm pretty sure Jeremy cleaned it up for me a little bit, and he only had it for like a year, I want to say. So the boat is not brand new, but it is new to me, and it's still in really good condition. Like I looked under the bottom of it and everything, and like it doesn't look like it was ever just beached on a shell bed or anything like that. All right, so guys, you see the boat? This is it in all of its glory. It actually comes with really nice seats, and you get 2 of them. Most of the time, it seems like they only put like 1 premium seat on some of the other competitor boats. So, and then this thing also comes with the trailer, which is a huge plus. So you can also use, it's like an all sports trailer. So I'm sure you could probably put a kayak on. Like if I get a big kayak, I could switch these out, which is going to be a good plus. But I really don't see this boat ever going anywhere. Here's my ideas for the boat. So we have this small little Lowrance unit, and sure it's good for what you need it for, but I'm thinking Garmin, Panoptics, Live Scope, which Garmin, Panoptics, Lowrance, Live Scope, Lowrance, Panoptics, Garmin. We probably won't be able to afford the 16-inch screen, but we can do the 9. We can afford the 9. So imagine 9-inch screen up here, Live Scope. Oh, there's a fish right there. Pimp this thing out, because this is a nice boat. It's up on a trailer. That was my only ever dilemma with having a boat and either having to keep it outside, because some nights, you know, you're gonna want to keep it out overnight. I was like, I can't justify spending $3,000 to $4,000 on a fish finder on electronics just to keep them outside and have them rained on and everything like that over time. Because if I pay $3,000 to $4,000 for something, I expect it to last a while, like a good while. So if we can keep it in the garage / keep a cover on it, I'm gonna go bigger unit up front. And then this boat came with a 24 group deep cycle battery, which let me show you where the battery is right now. So the battery is currently in the bed of my truck. So there's nothing wrong with this battery. I just have a group 29, and that'll last probably twice as long as this one will. And one of the bolts was stripped on it, so I had to, that's why the boat is actually at my dad's house right now, because he just helped me get the bolt out of the battery, and I'm gonna keep this battery. So next time I have to buy another one from Academy or whatever, I'll have a core to take back, because I never have a core. I always just go buy a battery, have to spend like that extra $15, $20, $30 on the core. Yeah, so I'm no electrician or nothing like that. This battery was in this little battery box. This isn't gonna fit the group 29 I have. So I bought a Minn Kota battery box, and I'm not sure if it's gonna fit the group 29, but I'll try it. If it doesn't work, we're just gonna take it back. This thing has an onboard charger. If I have to park it outside, I probably won't be able to get too much use out of this, so I'll just have to cover it. And they make covers specifically for this boat, so you don't have to buy like the generic boat cover and just pray and hope there's no little spots where the water can seep in at. So this charger is gonna be nice. I'm not gonna take it off. I'm gonna leave it on the boat, because some nights it will be in a garage and I'll be able to plug it in, or I'll be somewhere close. I plan on probably even traveling with this boat. This thing, on the brochure, it says this boat loves salt water. So we might even make a little, imagine going deep sea fishing in this boat. Imagine catching a 30-pound red snapper off of this boat, you know? Another cool feature about this boat, drain plug back here, had to use that because we had a little surprise rainstorm. Jeremy told me when I got the boat, he was like, this thing basically cannot get wet. That little black part in there where these cables plug into cannot get wet. So, you know, me being the responsible person that I am, I was like, you know, it's not supposed to rain tonight. I woke up, this thing was literally underwater, like engulfed. I'm not gonna plug it in today. That's why we're not gonna fish in today's video, just because I wanna give this thing more than enough time to dry out. I don't wanna like risk short circuiting anything or like messing anything up farther than probably what it is. I'll probably have to get the new like power systems that are underneath the little foot pedals. But this thing is super cool though, because it works just like how I explain it to people, it's like a 0-turn lawnmower with your feet. So like this is go forward, this is backwards, this and this one down is turning this way, and then this one, this one down, this one forward is turning that way, and it turns on the dime. That's definitely a cool feature to have, is to be able to control the boat with your feet. And I'm sure once I get my balance on it pretty good, well, I don't think balance is even gonna be a problem on this thing because the holes fill up with water. And yes, it's supposed to do that. When you get in the water, the first like 2 or 3 minutes, the holes are filling up, and once they do that, it basically suctions the boat to the water. So if you look up the twin troller, you can actually see videos of people like standing, 2 or 3 people standing on the side of the boat, in which I don't think, how I explain to people, the only reason why you're gonna fall, you will fall in the water before you flip the boat, you know? So this thing is pretty stout, it's pretty solid. It's made out of a good grade of like plastic. I'm really, really excited to get on this boat, and I really hate that I left the pedals out overnight last night. Like that was just that was a big uh-oh on my part, honestly. So we're gonna test it out. Hopefully it'll work. If it doesn't, then I'm sure we can get some more parts for it and we'll be all good. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to fish them hard and have a good day.
Chasing a bag, I'm racing the clock. Look at them flock, watching them flop. Used to see this in my sleep. When I ain't had shit on my thoughts in the car, I really was lost. Now I'm public with the soundscapes.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video.
We got a boat.